We are just one day away from opening day at the time of this recording, and I don't think I've ever been this excited for an upcoming MLB season. And to make it even better, MLB The Show 21 just dropped a trailer in which they're adding Hank Aaron, Fernando Valenzuela, Prince Fielder, and Pedro Martinez. This is the year where baseball makes its comeback. It's about to be the #1 sport in America yet again. But anyways, before I get too excited, what we're gonna do today to celebrate opening day eve, we're gonna go ahead and react to MLB's top 10 lineups and pitching rotations. If you guys want to see that pitching rotations video, let's try and get this one to 1,500 likes, and I'll upload that a little bit later. It is going to be a very wild day, but a very fun day. And without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's start talking baseball. At the number 10 spot, MLB is giving it to the Angels. We have David Fletcher, Jared Walsh, who exploded onto the scene in 2020. I mean, he was hitting home runs left and right. You have Mike Trout at the number 3 spot, the best player in the game by far, or maybe not by far because Mookie Betts is still a thing. You have Anthony Rendon at the cleanup spot, followed by Justin Upton, Shohei, the two-way superstar Ohtani. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that he's going to be in the MVP conversation? Is he going to be able to stay healthy? We have Dexter Fowler, Jose Iglesias, and Max Stassi. For me, the one guy that is not in that lineup showed by MLB is a young player named Joe Adell. I don't know where exactly he's at. Apparently, Dexter Fowler is better than him, but in my opinion, both Joe Adell and another prospect, Brandon Marsh, they are both better than Dexter Fowler. So expect this lineup to change a little bit. And also, Jose Iglesias had a really good 2020, a pretty good 2021 spring training. This lineup, honestly, if they call up their top prospects, could be a top 5 offense. My boy Foolish Bailey, aka Foolish Baseball, just picked the Minnesota Twins to win the World Series, and I could not actually believe that he said that, but it's probably in part because of this stupid lineup. You have Max Kepler as the number 1 hitter, your leadoff hitter. Then we have Josh Donaldson, Jorge Polanco. I don't know why he's the number 3 hitter. I would probably change him and Max Kepler because Kepler's bat is stupid. You have Nelson Cruz, Miguel Sano, Luis Arias. I'd honestly would rather see Luis Arias at the number 1 spot, Mitch Garver, Andrelton Simmons, and Byron Buxton. So again, these are not my lineups. I would probably do a lot of shifting. Byron Buxton, in my opinion, after erupting in 2020, he would be in my top 6 hitters. I don't know why he's so down. I mean, he should not be below Andrelton Simmons. Let me just say that right now. But yeah, if the Twins are going to make the World Series and win it, it's going to be because of their lineup. The White Sox are missing a huge bat. Unfortunately, Eloy Jimenez tore his shoulder a couple days ago in a spring training game. I'm hoping that he comes back super quick and healthy because we need him in the game of baseball, because the game of baseball is better when he's in it. We have Tim Anderson, Adam Eaton, Jose Abreu, the reigning AL MVP, Yohan Moncada, Yasmani Grandal, Luis Robert. Let me just say that right now, it is not Robert. In his home country, it is pronounced Robert. So I would say if you want to be correct, say Luis Robert. It's not Louis Bob. Then you have Leury Garcia, who is not an offensive force, Andrew Vaughn, and Nick Madrigal. I would probably shift down Leury Garcia, and I would move up Andrew Vaughn and Nick Madrigal, because Madrigal is a 150 hit guy, maybe a 25 to 30 stolen base speed guy. I would move him up because he is going to provide some run production. Adam Eaton, he's kind of aging, but I can definitely see why the White Sox are ahead of the Twins, and especially if Eloy comes back healthy, the White Sox are a top 3 offense in my opinion. The New York Mets, led by Brandon Nimmo at the number 1 spot. A lot of people do not talk about Nimmo, but he is an on-base machine. We have Francisco Lindor, Michael Conforto, who could be a dark horse MVP caliber player. I'm hoping that both him and Lindor sign extensions pretty soon. Dominic Smith is electric in the batter's box. We have Pete Alonso apparently slotting in at the number 5 spot with Jeff McNeil, JD Davis, and James McCann. There is not a single weakness in that lineup. Maybe you can make the argument that James McCann is that single weakness, but then again, he's a catcher, so do we fault him? Not really. In my opinion, this lineup is definitely better than the Twins. Ooh, the Houston Astros. This is for sure a hot take. Now, of course, MLB is taking into account track record, so we're talking about an MVP in Jose Altuve back in 2017. Alex Bregman almost won MVP. Michael Brantley, Carlos Correa, Kyle Tucker exploded onto the scene just a year ago. Yordan Alvarez did did the same thing, but in 2019, Yuli Gurriel, Martin Maldonado, and Miles Straw. So definitely it drops off after the 7th spot. Yuli is pretty good, but he is older, so I'm expecting Father Time to catch up to him. But if I'm saying right now who's better between the Astros and the Mets, just because of how bad Jose Altuve was, and honestly, they lost George Springer. Yes, Michael Brantley is going to slot in, and Miles Straw is a speedy defender, but offensively, he's not going to help out all too much. I would actually rank the Mets and the Twins over the Astros, but hey, this is MLB's list. The Atlanta Braves, we have Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies. Let me say this right now. So I talked about how Michael Conforto could be a dark horse MVP caliber player. Ozzie Albies could be that guy for the Braves. You have Freddie Freeman, who is the reigning MVP, Marcell Ozuna, Travis d'Arnaud, Dansby Swanson, Austin Riley, and Christian Pache. The two biggest questions that I have are those last two guys, Austin Riley and Christian Pache. Pache is going to be Andrew Jones 2.0 in center field. He is electric. He's going to win multiple Gold Gloves, but can he do it offensively? And same with Austin Riley, a very good defender. He was hitting bombs in spring training, but will he be able to put it together offensively? That is definitely a question that we have to answer, but I love the Braves lineup. That Acuna, Albies, Freeman, Ozuna, d'Arnaud, Swanson combination is just... ooh, that's good. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the Padres. Okay, a lot of people might have an issue with this because Trent Grisham, a monster. Fernando Tatis Jr., one of the best offensive shortstops in baseball. Manny Machado had an MVP year back in 2020. Eric Hosmer, again, a bounce-back season along with his buddy Will Myers. Tommy Pham is going to be healthy. Cronenworth, Austin Nola. You could then pinch hit Jorge Mateo, who is raking in spring training. You have Ha-Seong Kim. There are so many guys that aren't even on this list. Maybe they call up CJ Abrams. The Padres by the end of the year could be the number 1 offense. The Blue Jays at the number 3 spot. Okay, let's go ahead and read off. This is, I thought that they were going to be number 1. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You have Kevin Biggio, who does not hit the ball the hardest, but he does get on base a lot. They added George Springer. Maybe they ranked them lower because they're factoring in George Springer's injury. That could be something that we have to keep in mind. Bo Bichette as your number 3 hitter. Usually you put your best hitter at the number 3 spot, so that's what they're going with. You have Teoscar Hernandez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Marcus Semien, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Rowdy Tellez, and Danny Jensen. Again, the weak spot is for sure Jansen. We have some big question marks about Marcus Semien. Is he going to be 2019 MVP Marcus Semien or 2020 kind of a bust Marcus Semien? But if we're talking about sheer force, speed, contact, power, I mean, the Blue Jays, putting them at number 3 is... okay, let's see who they ranked up above the Blue Jays. We have the Dodgers, so obviously that means only one team left. The Yankees will be at the number 1 spot, but we'll talk about them in just a second. At the leadoff spot, we have Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, AJ Pollock, and Chris Taylor. I would probably say that this lineup might have more potential if I saw Gavin Lux at the 8th spot, but they're going with Chris Taylor because I believe he had a pretty good spring training, and Gavin Lux, while he was good, I don't think that he was as good as Chris Taylor, and I think that they want to try and get some service time. I'm not really sure what's happening with Gavin Lux, but his ceiling is ridiculous. I mean, you can't argue with this lineup, and now that I'm looking at it, especially considering Will Smith as their catcher and Cody Bellinger as their number 6 hitter, yeah, I'd probably say they're just a little bit more talented than the Blue Jays, but honestly, if you say that they were even, you can make the argument as well. And last but not least, we have the Yankees at the number 1 spot with one of the best hitters in baseball, leading off DJ LeMahieu, your second baseman, Aaron Judge, please baseball gods, keep him healthy. Aaron Hicks as your number 3 hitter, definitely interesting right there. I'd probably go DJ, but they do want to, so they want to try and not have a too right-handed heavy lineup, which I'm looking at it right now. That's kind of what they have. They have LeMahieu, Judge, Hicks, who is a switch hitter. Stanton, everyone's sleeping on him. He's a former MVP who had a pretty good 2020 and postseason, so why is everyone writing him off? He's not that old. Gleyber Torres, I'm hoping for a bounce-back season, as well as Gary Sanchez, Clint Frazier, Jay Bruce, and Gio Urshela. Now, the one guy that we're missing is Luke Voit, so with the Jay Bruce at first base, I do not think that the Yankees have the best lineup in Major League Baseball because it's too strikeout dependent and it's too right-handed heavy. So for me, Blue Jays number 1, or Dodgers number 1, Blue Jays number 2, Yankees number 3, because again, they're factoring in Jay Bruce, and I don't think that is I don't know. If Luke Voit was in this, you can make the argument, but that's way too many strikeouts, way too many right-handed hitters. I'm going Dodgers and Blue Jays as the top 2 lineups going into 2021, but no hate on the Yankees. They're still going to be elite. All right, everyone. Well, that does it for today's video thing of reacting to the top lineups going into the 2021 MLB season. Again, if you want to see the top rotations, let's try and get this video to 1,500 likes. I hope that you're excited for opening day. If you are, hit that subscribe button because we have non-stop recaps coming up. Stay safe. I'll catch you guys in the second video.